Hi, this is Jan here, and today I'm going to share my off-the-page project with you. So first I did the canvas and did the gesso all the way around. Top sides, I used the heat gun to dry that because I'm in a hurry. I already had my paper cut to size. Now what I'm doing is painting the edges, and I'm using the acrylic paint. It's the Art Alchemy Opal Magic Blue Gold. All around the edges there and a little bit up around the side of the canvas. Now I'm just inking the edges of the paper and went ahead and used the Distress It All to distress the edges more, re-ink it. Decided I wanted to have some of the Dusty Attic chicken wire chipboard, so added that on there, and I did use the Color Bloom Antique Gold Spray to color that. Just getting that where I want it on there. I use a spray adhesive to put the paper on there and then tuck that chicken wire piece in there. I like it just because it doesn't warp the papers. Now I'm doing the embroidery hoop, same paint all around the edges. And then on the resin piece, I'm using some of the Memory Hardware, the Parthenae artesian powder. Just dry brushing that in there to give that more of an antique look. And also it gives you some more dimension, kind of shows the detail. This chipboard piece was a perfect match for the embroidery hoop, so I was wanting to put that on top and kind of make a little place to add some flowers. Now I'm just doing some random stamping. Okay, now we're just putting the hoop on there and getting that down. I just used some 3D gloss gel for that. And this is Ray's technique here of using the luminary dimensional paints. Using that in random places, and random places I've spritzed with some gold glimmer mist. And then I'm going to be adding some embossing powders. Used a Tim Holtz green on there. Tapping that in different places. The heat gun. This is going to make the embossing powder bubble up, or the paint bubble up actually. Going around getting that dry. I think I added some gold embossing powder on here too. Doing some touch up with a different glimmer mist there. And making sure I'm hitting everything on here and the embossing powder is melted. Now I'm just kind of pushing down the paint where it puffed up and getting rid of the excess along the sides now. When I was putting that paint down, I wasn't real particular on how thick it was. So it's kind of random thicknesses there, then adding some of those gems that we got in our kit. Now I did some misting and added some of the luminary paint again randomly, along with some of the embossing powder, just random onto the chipboard pieces here, hitting those with the embossing gun. And while that's still kind of sticky, tacky, I used some of the foil, the Prima foil, and rubbed that on there in different places. Sorry, the camera stopped here, so I got the flower cluster already put together off camera. I didn't realize it had stopped. Now I took some of the Tim Holtz ribbon, and I also hit that with the Color Bloom Antique Gold. Add in some more random flowers in there. That is one of the Prima molds, and it did break apart when I was pulling that out, so I just used a piece of it there at the bottom and attached it with some 3D gloss gel after I dry brushed it again with some artesian powder. Add in some more flowers there at the bottom. Now this is why I wanted to have the embroidery hoop, because I wanted to be able to add some of the beads randomly around there and have some dimension. So I'm just hitting various pieces with some of the 3D gel and then tapping some of the Finnabair beads in there. I used some of the glass beads, and then I used some micro beads as well. I like to do the micro beads on the flowers, just kind of brush a little 3D gloss gel on there and then put some of the micro beads on to the flowers. So that's what I was doing there. And also using the 3D gloss gel, let it dry a little bit, then you can actually use the Prima foils on there too. So that's what I was doing there, just to get some random gold. And of course, got to have a butterfly. There you go.